Yo, what's up everybody? You clicked on this because you're smart, you know it's coming. The dead rising, hungry and pissed, the world going to hell. We're gonna call this The Walking Dead, your ultimate guide to surviving the zombie apocalypse. So buckle up, because things are about to get real. Alright, let's talk about the first thing you're gonna miss, sitting on your ass. Out here, if you ain't moving, you're dead weight. You see Rick out there leading the pack. He didn't get those arms carrying groceries. This is about being strong, man. Being able to haul ass when you need to, climb a wall, swing a weapon for more than 5 minutes without getting winded. It's about endurance. Think of it like this. Every step you take is outrunning a biter. You gotta be ready to fight, to run, to climb, to crawl, and that means training. Your life depends on it. Let's talk about everyone's favorite subject, killing zombies. You need the right tools for the job and you need to know how to use them. Michonne, she's got that katana down. Me, I prefer something with a bit more distance. Crossbow's my go-to. You gotta learn to shoot straight, to swing hard, to make every shot count. Find something you're comfortable with, something that feels right in your hands, and learn everything about it. Remember, every weapon has its strengths and weaknesses. The goal is to survive, and in this world the best defense is a good offense. So you've dodged a few bites, managed to stay out of the clutches of the undead, and maybe even outrun a few of them. But surviving in a post-apocalyptic world isn't just about running and hiding. You've learned to handle a weapon, whether it's a bat, a knife, or a gun. You've trained yourself to be quick, agile, and ready for anything. But physical prowess alone won't keep you alive. You think you're invincible? Wrong. Confidence is good, but overconfidence can be deadly. Out here, the smallest mistake can cost you your life. Even a minor scratch can turn deadly if not treated properly. The world is full of dangers, and not all of them come with gnashing teeth and rotting flesh. Infection's a bitch, and that's where knowing a thing or two about medicine comes in handy. A simple cut can become a serious problem if it gets infected. Now I ain't saying you gotta become a surgeon overnight, but basic first aid, that's non-negotiable. You need to know how to handle common injuries and illnesses. A well-stocked first aid kit is your best friend. Bandages, antiseptics, painkillers, and other essentials can make the difference between life and death. You gotta know how to stop bleeding, clean a wound, and prevent infection. These skills are crucial for survival. Recognize the signs of infection early. Redness, swelling, and pus are all warning signs that something's wrong. Get yourself a good first aid kit, and make sure it's always stocked. You never know when you'll need it, and learn how to use everything in it. Practice makes perfect, and in this world, perfection can save your life. And knowledge? Knowledge is power. The more you know, the better prepared you'll be for whatever comes your way. Because when the dead are closing in, and you're out of options, your medical knowledge could be the thing that keeps you and your group alive. You'll be damn glad you paid attention to these lessons. In the end, it's not just about surviving the zombies. It's about surviving everything else that comes with this new world. Chapter 4, Making Do, Adaptability and Resourcefulness in a World Gone Mad. Let me tell you something about the apocalypse. It's a real kick in the teeth to your expectations. You think you know how things work? Think again. Out here, the rules are different. You gotta learn to adapt, to improvise, to make do with what you got. Take Carol, for instance. She went from baking cookies to taking down entire groups with a whispered threat. Why? Because she learned to adapt. You gotta be like that. Resourcefulness is about seeing potential where others see trash. Chapter 5, Head Games, Mental Fortitude, and the Will to Survive. You know, people think surviving the apocalypse is all about fighting, about guns and ammo and knowing how to kill. And yeah, those things matter. But they ain't the whole story. The real battle, the one that determines whether you live or die, takes place up here. Look at Rick. The man's seen more loss, more pain than anyone should have to bear. But he keeps going. Why? Because he has to. Because he's got this fire inside him, this will to survive, and that's what you gotta do. Chapter 6. Eyes up, ears open, situational awareness for avoiding threats. Out here, zoning out can get you killed. Seriously, you gotta be aware of your surroundings, all the time. The dead might be slow, but they're sneaky, and the living? Well, let's just say some of them are worse than the biters. It's about being present, in the moment, not letting your guard down for a second. Trust your gut. Chapter 7. Packing for the end of the world, the essential bug-out bag. Listen up because this is important. You never know when you're gonna have to drop everything and run. Walker horde at your door? Gotta go. Shelters overrun? Gotta go. Found a better place with more resources? You guessed it, gotta go. That's where your bug-out bag comes in. Think of it as your apocalypse starter kit, your go-to survival pack. You gotta keep it stocked and ready to go at a moment's notice. Okay, so we've covered the basics, staying in shape, knowing how to fight, and being prepared. But let's talk about the specifics, the things that'll try to kill you in this brave new world. And trust me, it's a long list. First up, the obvious walkers, they're everywhere. They're slow, they're stupid, but they're relentless. And they never stop coming. You gotta be ready to fight them off, to outrun them, to outsmart them. You're gonna need more than luck to make it out here. Survival in the wild is a test of wit, endurance, and adaptability. It's not just about staying alive, it's about thriving in the face of adversity. You need a plan, a strategy for dealing with the shitstorm that is now your life. This isn't a weekend camping trip, it's a battle for survival. Every decision you make could mean the difference between life and death. Think of it like a game of chess, but the pawns are trying to eat you. Every move must be calculated, every step taken with caution. Anticipate your opponent's moves and always stay one step ahead. First rule of survival: don't get caught. Stealth is your friend. Move like a shadow, unseen and unheard. The forest is your ally. Use it to your advantage. Learn to move quietly, to blend in with your surroundings, to become invisible. Master the art of camouflage. The more you can blend in, the less likely you are to become a target. Sometimes it's better to avoid a fight altogether. Not every battle is worth fighting. Sometimes the best strategy is to live to fight another day. But if you do have to fight, make it count. Be decisive, be ruthless. Your life depends on it. Know your strengths and use them to your advantage. Use your weapons wisely, conserve your ammo, and always aim for the head. Precision is key. Every shot must count. Every strike must be effective. And if you're with a group, work together. Unity is strength. Coordinate your efforts, communicate effectively, and support each other. Together, you stand a better chance of surviving the chaos. You think you can survive this alone? Think again. In a world where chaos reigns and uncertainty is the only constant, the idea of going it alone is not just impractical, it's dangerous. The wilderness is unforgiving, and the challenges we face are too great for any one person to handle on their own. Out here, it's not about being the lone wolf, the rugged individual. That might work in the movies, but in real life, isolation can be a death sentence. The strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. We need each other to survive, to thrive, and to find hope in the darkest of times. It's about finding your pack, your people, the ones who have your back no matter what. These are the people who will stand by you when the going gets tough, who will share their last piece of bread, who will keep watch while you sleep. They become your family, your support system, your reason to keep going. Because let me tell you something, this life, it wears you down. The constant struggle for survival, the endless search for food and shelter, it takes a toll on your body and your mind. You can't do it alone. You need people who understand what you're going through, who can lift you up when you're down, who can remind you why you're fighting to survive. The constant fear, the never-ending fight, it takes a toll. Every rustle in the bushes, every shadow in the night, it keeps you on edge. The stress can break you if you don't have someone to share it with. That's why community is so important. It's not just about physical survival, it's about emotional and mental well-being too. You need someone to watch your back, someone to share the burden with, someone to remind you that there's still humanity left in. Look at our group. We've faced countless dangers, but we've faced them. We've shared our fears, our dreams. We've become more than just a group of survivors, we've become a family. We were a ragtag bunch of strangers thrown together by circumstance. None of us knew each other before all this started, but we quickly realized that we needed each other. We brought different skills, different strengths, and different perspectives to the table, and that diversity made us stronger, but we learned to rely on each other, to trust each other, to care about each other. We've built a community based on mutual respect and shared goals. We've learned that together we can overcome any obstacle. In a world gone mad, our community is our sanctuary, our hope, and our strength. So that's it, your crash course in surviving the freaking apocalypse. Look, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be rough. You're gonna lose people, you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna question everything you ever believed in. But you can get through this. Stay safe out there.